World leaders are gathering in Azerbaijan for the COP29 Climate Conference. Their goal, rein in carbon emissions in the burning of fossil fuels.
For more on this, NBC News correspondent Maura Barrett joins us. Maura, good morning. So first off, oil and gas, they account for about half of the host country, Azerbaijan's exports. Talk to us about the goals of this climate conference, what we've seen so far, and how that fact is playing in.
Well, guys, the irony is not lost that this COP is hosted, and last COP, frankly, in a really heavy export country. And that's why we're seeing a lot of tension on the ground. I think it's also important to note that the United States is the #1 export of oil and gas. And so that's something that's going to come up in conversation as well. But there's tension on the ground at the conference, especially between rich countries and developing countries, many who blame the wealthy for not doing enough, they say, to take credit or to find solutions for what they caused, essentially. And so that's why a big goal of this climate summit is ultimately around climate finance. They're looking to fund hundreds of billions of dollars to make that switch towards clean energy, phase out fossil fuels, but then also boost the ongoing pledge, part of the Paris Agreement, to triple renewable energy by 2030 to keep warming under 1.5 degrees. Now, the big headline that we're looking at right now, the UK announced new ambitions to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions by 81%, and that's by 2035. And so there's still lots more to watch in the 2 weeks ahead, but this is just the early days of the conference so far, guys.
And one big headline is that President Biden isn't there. Can you talk about why he's not there and just what his administration is hoping to achieve in this final conference before the Trump administration takes over, with obviously very different theories on climate change?
Right, exactly. And I think, as you noted, President Biden has a very famous guest coming to the White House today, so he's a little busy on that front. But his team is really head down, making sure that they can get in a lot of extra work in their final moments of the Biden administration. That's why we saw his climate team representing the U.S. abroad. I was actually able to speak with the White House National Climate Advisor, Ali Zaidi, overnight, and that final sprint is something he touched on in our conversation.
We're going to be sprinting through the tape, whether it's the 2 weeks of this COP or the 2 months ahead. We're going to be making sure that the most Americans, the breadth of our economy, can benefit from the impact of the president's investment agenda into clean energy. The federal government has come in like boosters on a rocket. The rocket is the private sector. And I think on a lot of the transformation that we seek, we have already achieved escape velocity, and the American people will benefit from that in the years ahead.
That interview happening in the late overnight hours because Azerbaijan is 9 hours ahead of us, so they are busy in their work for the day. But Zaidi also previewed work that they're looking to get done in the next few months around expanding nuclear, continuing to bring down methane emissions. And something that he noted in our conversation is the fact that he thinks the climate policies that he and the Biden administration enacted is built to outlast the next 4 years. He said it's not something that can be eliminated in one election or another administration.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.